All right, the sixth fact we're going to understand is that there are three forms of a line, meaning a line can be written in three different ways. Really, that's not entirely true. There are probably many ways you can write a line, but the three most common ways, the three most useful ways to write the equation of a line are slope-intercept form, point-slope form, and what's called standard form. Okay. Slope-intercept form, basically what you do is you just take the slope, m, and you take the intercept, b, which we've already discussed, and you put it in this equation. You write y equals, and then whatever the slope is, times x, plus whatever b is. Okay, so, for example, if we knew that the slope was 7 over 3, and if we knew that the y-intercept was negative 12, then the slope-intercept form would be y equals 7 over 3 x minus 12. You just plug the m in, and then you plug in the b, and if the b is negative, you change it to minus. You don't leave it as plus. You don't put plus negative 12. You just put minus 12. But the y stays as a y, and the x stays as an x. Okay. Over here, we can identify the slope. If you remember that the x-intercept is equal to negative b over m, we can manipulate this, and we can now find that we can find the slope if we do the negative b, which is the opposite of the y-intercept, over the x-intercept. This is just another way of finding slope. And so in this situation down here, the y-intercept is negative 4, but if we do negative 4, that's 4, and then the x-intercept is 5, and so that's 5, and so we know that the slope of this function here is 4/5. We also know that the y-intercept is negative 4, and so the equation of this line is y equals 4/5 x minus 4. Okay. Point slope form is really easy. You just pick any point on the line, x1, y1, where x1 and y1 are numbers, okay, and you just plug them into this formula. It's y minus y1 is equal to m, the slope, times x minus x1, okay? Where slope-intercept form, you plug in the slope and the intercept, the y-intercept. In point-slope form, you plug in a point and you plug in the slope. So if we come over to this graph here, let's say that we knew, I happen to know that that the point, let's see here, the point 10, 4 is on this graph, okay? And so if we, so the y value, y1 is 4, and the x value, x1 is 10, so we would put a 10 here, and we would put a 4 here, and we would wind up with y minus 4 equals 4/5, because that's the slope, times x minus 10. This is point slope form, okay? And then standard form here is really good for you for doing matrices. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll do one in a little bit, but basically what you do is you put the x and the y on the same side of the equation, and then you have them equal to some integer. So you have an integer times x plus an integer times y is equal to an integer. An example would be something like this. You might have like negative 7x minus 9y equals 23. This could be the equation of a line. Now, if you want to be able to get the slope from standard form, the slope of standard form is very simply the opposite of the a coefficient divided by the b coefficient. And then the y-intercept you can get also, and that's just the c constant divided by the b coefficient. Okay, and that's the three forms of a line.